Hello. Welcome back to Sabbath School Flashcards. It is Sunday, January 5th. And the title of today's lesson is God's Sovereignty. Let us begin. At first glance, the book of Daniel begins with a somber note of defeat. Judah has capitulated to Nebuchadnezzar and the temple vessels have been taken from Jerusalem to the land of Shinar. The word Shinar appears in the Bible in Genesis 11:2 as the location of the Tower of Babel. Shinar is an ominous sign, as it alludes to a project rooted in open defiance of God. But even if the builders of Babel failed in their attempt to reach the heavens, external appearances suggested that Nebuchadnezzar and his gods, located in the land of Shinar, had overpowered the covenant God of Israel. Still, the opening lines of Daniel make it clear that the defeat of Jerusalem is not credited to the superior power of the Babylonian king. Rather, it has occurred because the Lord gave Jehoiakim king of Judah into his Nebuchadnezzar's hand. Referencing Daniel 1:2. Much earlier, God announces that should his people forget him and break the covenant, he would send them as captives to a foreign land. So, Daniel knows that behind and beyond the military power of Babylon, the God of heaven is leading the march of history. It is this clear view of God's sovereignty that sustains these young men and gives them strength and courage to face the temptation and pressure of their Babylonian empire. Read 2 Kings 1:10-16. Reading, And the Lord spake by his servants the prophets, saying, Because Manasseh king of Judah hath done these abominations, and hath done wickedly above all that the Amorites did, which were before him, and hath made Judah also to sin with his idols. Therefore thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Behold, I am bringing such evil upon Jerusalem and Judah, that whosoever heareth of it, both his ears shall tingle. And I will stretch over Jerusalem the line of Samaria, and the plummet of the house of Ahab, and I will wipe Jerusalem as a man wipeth a dish, wiping it, and turning it upside down. And I will forsake the remnant of mine inheritance, and deliver them into the hand of their enemies, and they shall become a prey and a spoil to all their enemies, because they have done that which was evil in my sight, and have provoked me to anger, since the day their fathers came forth out of Egypt, even unto this day. Moreover, Manasseh shed innocent blood very much, till he had filled Jerusalem from one end to another, beside his sin wherewith he made Judah to sin, in doing that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. Also, 2 Kings 24:18-24. Which reads, Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For through the anger of the Lord it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah, until he had cast them out from his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. And, Jeremiah 3:13. Reading, Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. Why does God give Judah and Jerusalem into the hands of the Babylonians? Come prepared to discuss your answers in Sabbath school, this coming Sabbath. As we face the challenges of the 21st century, we need to recapture the perception of God that is so vividly reflected in the book of Daniel. According to this book, the God whom we serve not only drives the forces of history through his sovereignty but also mercifully intervenes in the lives of his people to provide them with crucial help in times of need. And as we shall see later, what God did for the Hebrew captives he will do for his people in the end time, regardless of the various attacks on them and their faith. What are some of the challenges your faith faces now, either from outside sources, from within the church, or from your own personal defects of character? How can you learn to lean on the power of God to help you overcome whatever is before you? Please prayerfully consider the answers to these questions. Stay focused, and may God richly bless you. Please remember to like, subscribe and share. Also, you can patronize us by redirecting you spending on drinking water. Please click on the Life Water link in the description box.